Hi everyone, hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact. I am Renee Young. Here with Elois and with Corey Graves. And today on Impact, we're gonna see Jesus the Healer, Jesus the Freer here, Renee Young says. Yeah, well, we are, Elois says. We're going to see Jesus the Healer, Jesus the Freer, the Son of God. He'll be here today. Elois said, well, I need to tell you one thing, Corey Graves says. You know who else is going to be here? You know, big time Bex. You know, the arse kicker, the man. Two-time, two-belt. Becky Two Belts. More than one nickname, Corey Graves says. But she's going to be here. You know. We know she probably is not going to be happy. Shit. We all know she's not going to be happy, but it is what it is. So let's go to the ring now, Corey Graves says. Hi, I'm Jesus the Healer, or Jesus the Freer. And the first thing I want to say is, and I am Becky Lynch, the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. The two-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. The former four-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And I want to tell you something, Jesus. You know, a lot of folks look you for all the things you've done. You know, how you came to Earth, 200 years ago. You know, and how you came to Earth as a gift to us from God Almighty. Since God loved all mankind and all womankind so much, God gave us His only Son as a gift to keep a word to an oath that He would send someone to free us from sin, which was you. And yes, you went through and you healed folks. You made the blind see and the deaf hear and the lame walk. You did all those wonderful wonders. But one of the greatest wonders you did was when you yielded your life up. When you took on all the scathing and all the shaming and all the name calling and all the beatdowns. How you took on walking your board all the way up to your stead of, and then also how you dealt with putting wood and ropes, wires and ropes around your arms, how you got wood in there, how you got nails put in it, and how you died for us. Since you loved us so much, you were willing to die. And God was willing to put you through it. Because God was willing to forgive all of us for your death, for your blood. You are right, Becky Lynch. At the end of the day, you are right about that. I did come to Earth many years ago. I did heal folks. I made the blind see and the deaf hear and the lame walk. Yes, I did come to Earth as a gift by God, as God keeping His oath that He would free all mankind and womankind from sin. And since God so loved the world, so loved mankind and womankind so much, God was willing to have me come down as that gift. God was willing for me to die. And through my death and through my blood, God forgave you all for your sins. And now gave you forgiveness and forever life through my death, through my blood. Since God loved you so much, and since I loved you so much, I was willing to do it. And I know over the years, there's going to be a lot of folks out there saying that gift giving should not have anything to do with your birthday. God gave me as a gift. And as long Becky Lynch, as long as you're giving gifts to others the way that God gave me as a gift to you, the way that the wise men gave gifts to me when I was born, then I don't see anything wrong with that. You know? Well, it's Mia Ying. Alright, Mia Ying says, Jesus, I just want to say, hey, thank you for coming today. I can't stand up. Thank you for coming today, Jesus. Thank you for being my Lord. Thank you for being my healer and my freer. And thank you for being the Son of God. And thank you for dying for my sins so I could be forgiven by God, so I could go to heaven and have forever life. Well, Becky Lynch, Mia Ying, I love you, and you are both welcome. Well, we just heard from Jesus the Healer, Jesus the Freer, Jesus the Son of God. Renee Young says, yeah, we did hear. Get out of the way. We did hear from that. But now, Becky, we did hear from Jesus the Healer, Jesus the Freer, Jesus the Son of God. And now Becky Lynch is here. So, Becky Lynch says, you need a stand to stand up in, right? So let me see. You got let go from WWE after you were spent a whole year or so in NXT. And then from NXT you went to Raw. And then from Raw you were sent to SmackDown. And then, well, they just let you go. Yeah, you were a former IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter in your first run in IW. You going to go back there again? Or are you going to go to AEW? Which I don't really care where you go. But if you think that you're going to become the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, you got another guest coming. Because I worked long and hard to win this belt back again. To get this belt back again. And I'm not going to lose it. Fuck. Alright, Astronomer says, that's enough, Becky Lynch. Yeah, Ecliptor said, that's enough of that shit. Well, I tell you right now, the way it goes, Astronomer says, I'm the one who picks and chooses when someone's wrestling. Sorry about that, Mia Ying. Gilded on wakefulness. I'm the one who picks and chooses when folks fight. And I'm here to tell you, Astronomer says, that here today, the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings will be on the line. And it's going to be the way I see it. Astronomer says, it will be Becky Lynch fighting Mia Ying for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. And if you got to hang up with that, well, that's too bad, Astronomer says. Yeah, that's too bad, Ecliptor says. You got to hang up with it. She makes the matches, she makes the fights. You deal with it. Yeah, Elgor says. You got to... You got to deal with it. And if you don't like that, Becky Lynch and Mia Ying, too bad. You got to deal with it, Elgar says. Elgar, I don't need you to talk for me, Astronomer says. Astronomer goes, yeah, she could talk for herself, Ecliptor goes. Well, this is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. First, she is Mia Ying. And she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Well, we thought we would... Some folks might scave us for, wait a minute, and now Mia Ying, which you've only seen in not so many fights over the years. Body Slam. A saga of body slams by Mia Ying on Becky Lynch. Renee Young says. Yeah, that's right, Lois said. Don't forget, Mia Ying is a former IW women's heavyweight fighter. She beat Gil Kim to win it when she was in a team known as the Dollhouse back in the day. You know, Lois said, I'll tell you what now. I'll tell you right now, Corey Graves says. She didn't really do anything that much during her time in WWE, Corey Graves said. Yeah, she was on NXT. She lost some, won some fights, won some matches, lost some matches. Never became the NXT women's heavyweight fighter. Then she went to Raw and she was a part, the Uprising, called herself Reckoning. Just lost a whole bunch of times. They didn't know what to do with her. Then she went from it, then she went to SmackDown. Never did anything for her. And they just let her and her husband Keith Lee go. Why? Who knows? And right now, Mia Ying, Jade, Reckoning, whatever you want to call her, again, be taking care of Becky Lynch. Oh, Becky Lynch is coming right back now, Renee Young says. Yeah, it's true. Mia Ying, Jade, Reckoning, whatever you want to call her, did get fired or let go from WWE earlier this month. And she didn't do very much during her time on NXT Raw or SmackDown, Renee Young says. But I hope that she goes to IW or AW and she does something there. Yeah, well, Lois says, I'll tell you one thing. Whatever Mia Ying or Jade or Reckoning does, I hope it works out for her. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Corey Graves said. It's not going to work out that great for her, is it? Oh, and this is it. Becky Lynch doing the man slam, or whatever you call that, on her. It's done. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter here in the TWF, while Mia Ying didn't, or Jade or Reckoning or whatever you want to call her, did not do so well. Renee Young said. No, she didn't, Lois said. But at the end of the day, she's got nothing to be ashamed of herself. Well, she's got a lot to be ashamed of, Corey Graves says. She isn't the she didn't win a TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. She didn't win that. She didn't win the WNXT Women's Heavyweight winnings. Didn't win the W Raw Women's Heavyweight winnings. Didn't win the W SmackDown Women's Heavyweight winnings. She didn't really do that much during her time in WWE. So I think at the end of the day, Mia Ying, Jade, Reckoning, she's got a lot of stuff to be ashamed of, Corey Graves says. Hey, that's enough. Don't be saying things like that. Well, Jonathan Coachman now is now going to be talking with Mia Ying or Jade or Reckoning. Alright, Mia Ying, Jade, Reckoning, whatever you want to call yourself. You own at least 2 of those ring names. Mia Ying and Reckoning. You don't own Jade. That's owned by IW. But you didn't do so well. Oh, come on. Well, you didn't do so well. You thought you would become the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner, but that didn't happen. No, it did not. Sadly, Jonathan Coachman, it did not. You know? And a lot of folks might say that a lot of folks might scathe me for being, fired from WWE or saying I didn't do anything during my time on NXT, Raw, or SmackDown. Well, it's true. And a lot of folks might say you only did good stuff in IW, or you might do good stuff in AEW. Yeah, that might be true. But one thing they can't take away from me is that what I did, all the heart and love I put into what I did in IW and WWE, I can put that back in IW again. Or I could put that in AEW, I don't know. I get 90 days to make up my mind where I'm going after that. And Becky Lynch wants to say, one could shame me all she wants. She can say that, I'm not good. I didn't do anything great. I didn't beat the man or big time Bex or Becky Two Belts or the booty kicker or whatever nickname she gives herself. I don't care. But at the end of the day, yeah, I didn't win the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings, but I gave Becky Lynch a beatdown, and that's one thing that no one can take away from me, Jonathan Coachman, is the beatdown that I gave Becky Lynch here today on Impact. Well, that was my talk with Mia Ying. Back to you, Renee Young. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with Mia Ying here on Impact. Looks like it's all the time we got here for Impact. I am Renee Young. For Elois and Corey Graves, we hope you like Impact or Striker Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.